The moment you've all been waiting for is the color wax. What I do first is separate my hair into 4 sections, just like I would for my regular wash and go, except I'm not doing it in the shower on soaking wet hair. I'm doing it on damp hair. I'll add the product to my hand and apply it to one whole section, just like I would do for a base gel, except I'm only using the color wax to set and color my hair. I will separate that section into small sections. And then work on defining the curls. As you notice, I'm not doing a lot of raking. I'm not doing a lot of just pulling the hair apart. What I'll do is I'll add water to the section if it starts to dry, and then I'll add a nickel size of the color onto my glove and then apply it to that smaller section. Continue to smooth. And as I smooth, you will see the hair starts to separate and clump on its own. And when it clumps on its own, I'm not worried that it's puffing up at the roots, because as it dries, it's going to do that anyway. The style is going to give lots of volume and lots of definition. But the most important thing that I learned from applying this is my second time using this color. This is Pretty Penny by Curl Mix. I have to apply water because now the front section is starting to get dry. Just helps with the elongation. And when you have hydrated hair, guess what? You don't need a lot of stuff. You just need water and that one product. So as I move to the front, I make sure that I angle my parts, because we have to give this look a style. We have to direct the hair on how we want it to look. Continuing to smooth my hair, you will see the water gave it a little bit more weight, and I kind of enjoyed that. And this just gave me like that aha moment, whereas we think that we need a whole lot to give us that weight, but when your hair is hydrated, honey, just go forth and prosper. So here I'm just continuing to demonstrate of putting the coral wax on my hands and smoothing it through the section. And as you can see, as I'm smoothing it up, you see those separations. That's naturally happening because tight curls, you don't need to do as much raking, because if you do a lot of raking, you'll get like that puffy, like non-defined, like afro look. So smoothing works best, especially with dealing with the color wax. So here's my last section. As you can see, I'm acting up on this live. And what I was going to do is separate it again just to get smaller sections. So the more definition you want, the smaller the section needs to be. Okay, so over time the hair is going to get fluffy, and that's a good thing. Just know that this look is going to be different than just a regular wash and go. So I will flip for a little bit more separation for those areas that I didn't make smaller, get under the dryer, dry my roots, and then slay. And then here is how my hair turned out throughout the week. As you can see, the hair is still fluffy and defined, and it grows every day. If I were to do anything different, I just love the way that this started to stand up on its own. I would make this part just a little bit lower. And if I wanted to play around with this, I'm pretty sure I could just break some pieces up and give it like that whole like rounded look if I wanted to. But I mean, it's still cute. It's still cute. So here's what I do in the morning. I take my buff off, and as you can see, it looks like a matted helmet, but in a good way. It's not in a negative way. It just means that my hair has formed together. So what I do is I will separate it and fluff it out with my fingers, without showing you guys the shower. Like if I get out of the shower, I will take that buff off and then allow my hair to blossom on its own. But this day I was actually in a rush and I didn't really think about doing it. So I took the buff off and I separated the pieces like how I wanted them to lay. And then I realized, like, hey, I can do something much easier than doing that. And so what I did next was grab my blow dryer, because work smarter, not harder, and let the blow dryer do the work. And then once I did that, I was able to get like the look that I want. And all I'm doing is like blowing downwards and allowing the wind from the blow dryer to separate those curls again. Because with wax, it's not like a gel and you have that weight to just really shake until you separate the hair. So once I separate the hair, I'm able to shake. And then the hair is loose and pliable like it was the day before. And once I'm done with that, I will make sure the hair is looking how I want it to look. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be set for the day. And that's it. Remember to like, follow, and share. Let me know what you think in the comments.